Russian foreign ministries sharply criticised Washington's claims that Syria's government's planning a chemical attack in the country. The ministry is concerned that terrorists could instead take advantage of the threats coming from Washington and carry out false flag attacks to encourage US military action. RT's Maupin went to the US State Department to get their response to that.
The US officials refused to confirm the claims with any facts. The situation looks like a massive provocation, both military and informational.
I look at the US experts, and they say openly that extremists could use these claims by Washington, make provocations and shift blame onto the Syrian government.
Recent statement from the White House alleging that the Syrian government was planning an upcoming chemical attack. Are you concerned that that could have created an opening for terrorist groups to carry out a chemical attack?
No.
You're not concerned, even though Al-Nusra, Al-Queda groups have been using chemical weapons in Syria? That's documented?
No. Next question on Syria.
Seems that Washington doesn't share the concerns of Russia's foreign minister. Now, on numerous occasions, the Syrian government has been accused of carrying out chemical weapons attacks. The most recent example was in April in Idlib province. Without any investigation, the United States launched 59 cruise missiles against Syria, targeting an air base. Now, when they were pressed for facts, the State Department responded this way.
Do you guys have any evidence to share with us about this potential preparation for the use of chemical weapons? Because that wasn't actually laid out.
Right, and nor would that be laid out, because that would be considered an intelligence matter.
When you guys believe that it's in your interests, you do put out what you say is evidence or proof of things that involve intelligence.
I'm not going to get into that one with you, but this is a very serious and grave matter.
Let's remember that back in 2013, an agreement was arranged by Russia in which the Syrian government turned over their chemical weapons to the OPCW. International bodies oversaw the process in which the chemical weapons were handed over to international authorities. However, these facts don't seem to matter. The United States continues to blame Syria for chemical attacks, regardless of having any actual proof or evidence.
Maupin there. Syria commentator Danny Mackey also believes Washington's accusations risk encouraging rebels to launch attacks they can then blame on the government.
The United States of America is looking for some sort of provocation in Syria and is actually putting pretexts for some sort of possible intervention. And if history is anything to go by, then Trump definitely does not have any qualms in actually attacking Syria militarily on the ground, as we've seen. So Moscow's assessment is pretty much spot on. Trump does seem like he wants to do some sort of intervention and is looking for a reason to do so. I mean, what people need to comprehend is that we're at a stage in the war now where the Assad government is almost eyeing up a victory towards the end. And this wasn't the case a few years ago. So the Assad government would have no reason, logical or rational or military reason, to actually use these weapons at this moment in time. Whereas the rebels have every single reason to provoke such an attack and to possibly use these weapons themselves and see the reaction that they want from the United States and their allies internationally.